There we go, one take. Right then, so we're here to talk about the Star Fox remake. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions on it. If not, well then, piss off, I guess. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do. Right, so the Star Fox remake. This is something that came as a weird surprise. Well, you know what's more weird? I posted a video using the theme and I was talking about Star Fox and whatever, then the next day it came out. So the direct, very weird, very strange coincidence. So maybe there is a god after all, I don't know. Right, first things first I want to talk about is the reaction to the direct. I actually really liked it. I thought the art style was great. Everybody hated the characters. I don't know why. I think they look pretty good. They look pretty unique, weird. Maybe it's a bit more serious, I guess, but I don't know, I liked the art style they were going for. I think it kind of suited the tone and just how weird that game is. But that was my initial thoughts. I was really excited for it, really pumped, very, very hyped for it. And I love Star Fox 64. I love Star Fox as a whole, the franchise. I love Star Fox Adventures. I fucking love Star Fox Assault. I don't know why that game gets dunked on, but that game was great. Star Fox Command is, it's okay. Star Fox Zero, has its moments, but the gimmick controls ruined it. So I'm a big Star Fox fan, as you can tell. Anyway, yeah, I played a lot of Star Fox 64 as a kid. And I play a lot now, even as an adult, on my Switch. So, yeah, massive fan. And I just want to say, I think they've absolutely nailed the remake. I think it's probably the best remake I've ever played in terms of how faithful it is, and then the changes they made are really good. I think it's perfect. I mean, okay, not perfect. There's a few tiny gripes and all that stuff, but for the most part, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think it's great what they've done, and I want to gush over it because I absolutely love it. Well, I think the first thing we'll get out of the way is the negatives, which is the elephant in the room, which is the voice acting. I don't know. I'm not really somebody who... It doesn't bother me too much. It's kind of like remakes of games in general, right? FF7, etc. Like all these remakes of games, like Silent Hill 2. You can go back and play the original, so it doesn't really bother me too much that, you know, it's not one for one the same. Yes, for example, you know, you'll never defeat Andros. It's iconic, right? It's great. And obviously on the remake, it's just, you'll never defeat Andros. Dead, whatever. But it doesn't matter to me anyway, because you don't want it to be 100% one for one. You want it to be the same but slightly different, and I kind of like the direction that they took with the story and the characters. They're way more fleshed out in this game. I love the cutscenes. I really like Falco's characterization. I like Fox's characterization. I don't know, I think there's actually some depth here. I think it's pretty cool, especially when you see like how they change over the course of the story, especially when you play every route, you can see all the cutscenes. Like Fox comes across like, I don't care, I'm Fox, whatever, but really he does deep down. It's like a defense pick. You can clearly tell. I think that's kind of cool. The characters feel more fleshed out. The world feels more fleshed out. You know, some of the redesigns, I'm not really keen on Kat's redesign, but I understand because they've changed her character to fit in with Falco's kind of gang, because he was the leader of a gang, which again, that's kind of new. I didn't even know that, or if I did, I forgot. So she's not like a femme fatale kind of thing anymore. She's just like some, I don't know, some weird punky looking chick in a chip. But I don't mind it, and I think it's fine, and it works for the story. I think it's cool that it fleshes out Falco a bit more. You get a bit of his backstory and the back and forth. I don't know, man. I absolutely loved it. So the voice acting, it's not a big deal for me. While I prefer the original, I also really liked some parts of the remake better. You know? Like I like Slippy's voice, and the guy who did Peppy did a great job. Falco's good. I wish Falco had his New York accent though. I really liked that from Star Fox Assault, and I like Peppy's kind of older voice on, I think it's Star Fox Assault as well. I just really like Star Fox Assault. However, Assault, they're a bit older anyway, so it kind of makes sense. So yeah, I'm really happy with the voice acting and the direction they took, and I don't know why everyone's crying about it so much. I think it's great. Everyone needs to just chill out. If you don't like it, just play the original. The original's like this. It's literally the same game, pretty much. Sure, I'm sure there'll be mods anyway for stuff, you know, in the future, right? You can probably play the Switch game with the old voices, so I would just chill. It's all good. But I love it because the gameplay feels better, in my opinion, than the old one. When you hit something, it's like, oh yeah, that's good. I don't know, just the hits, everything. The enemies are kind of easier to see in some parts, but obviously not in some others. you know, compared to the original, because obviously the graphics are so low and the contrast is pretty easy to spot enemies, etc. I mean, Aquas is just a million times better in this remake. Sector X surprisingly had a big makeover and looked completely different. Looks way better as well. I just think the game just sounds better. Obviously the music's wicked, plays better, looks better, feels better, has more content. I really like the multiplayer mode. I've actually been playing that quite a lot lately. I'm really enjoying it. I did get all the medals on the regular game and then expert mode. The game came out when I was on holiday actually, and I just absolutely seshed it. So I probably would have done it a lot quicker if I was at home, because I was pretty obsessed with the game. Even on like the drive home or in the ferry when we were coming back from my holiday, I was still playing it and obsessed, and I just absolutely loved it. It was such a joy trying to go through these levels again and get all the medals again, which is a pretty tough challenge if you are a Star Fox 64 player. It's pretty hard to do getting those, especially the expert medals. I think it was Venom 1 is probably the hardest, I'd say. Venom 1. Sector Z's actually pretty easy on expert, but it's pretty difficult on normal. So, like I said, a massive Star Fox nerd, clearly. I've played a lot of it. I need to go through and do the challenges, which I will do. They seem really chill and fun, so they weren't as hardcore as, getting the medals. I mean, it would have been cool to get a few extra levels, but I wonder if they're going to do some DLC with that. That'd be kind of cool, right? A Falco DLC with his old crew. Was it what they called Free as a Bird? Maybe Cat's in it, maybe Bill's in some DLC. That'd be so cool. There's not really a crazy amount to say about it, because if you played the original, you kind of know what to expect. I just think it's the definitive way to play the game, personally, in my opinion. If someone said to me right now, should I play for the first time the original or this one, I'd say this one for sure. I think definitely caters more to modern gamers, that's for sure. I mean, they're both inherently amazing, and I think Star Fox 64 is also like a perfect game, definitely. But it's kind of like the FF7 remake situation, where I think FF7 remake is probably the better one to recommend to people, and that is probably the one I would play. If someone says to me right now, which one do you want to play? I'd probably play that one, but I still love FF7, the original, and I still will go back and play that. I've referenced FF7 quite a few times here, haven't I? But I'm just really excited for where they go with this franchise. I really hope they continue it. I hope they make more. Maybe we'll get some DLC. I don't know. I'm thinking they might maybe do some DLC. Maybe. Because I feel that they've got the formula down and they can maybe add to it. Or maybe they'll just make a whole new game. I have no idea. I'm just really excited for what they do next with Star Fox, assuming that it does well. Which I think it will, because it's a great game. It's on the Switch. Is it on Switch 1 as well? Or is it just Switch 2? So I'm really, really praying that people buy this game and they love it. But let me talk about the actual games. I've just kind of gushed about, why I like it. I'm not really given. You might be. They're watching this. You never played Star Fox before. So just about some of the levels, for example. My favorite level, I'd say, in the game is probably maybe Katina. Is it Katina? Katana? Yeah, it's Katina, I think, isn't it? Then again, I like all the levels for their own reasons. I like Solar, actually. I don't know. That seems to be everybody's least favorite level, but I really like Solar for some reason. I like the whole you have to keep getting health to live. I love like vampiric shit, I guess, like, lifesteal and that kind of thing, so maybe it just resonates with me. I don't know why. But you always start at Corneria, in case you didn't know, which is the first level, and then you basically, depending on how well you do in that level and certain things, it leads as branching paths and goes to different levels. What I really realized playing this again, because I haven't played it in maybe 5 months, and because I've played it so much as a child as well, I'm not looking out for things, I suppose, because it felt like a new experience in a way. I was looking out for certain things, and it's really interesting and clever. It's genius almost how they've designed the levels. Like Corneria is a prime example. Falco, you have to catch up with him. If you don't, he's gone. So that's basically your first wall. If you don't do that, you're not getting to the expert part. Then you got to fly under the thing. So that's part 2 after you've already saved, potentially part 1. So it's really cool because, like, as a kid, I never even realized that. I did it obviously by accident, flying under, and then it's like, oh, what the fuck? Very cool. But I'm sure when I was a child, and I'm sure a lot of people who are playing this for the first time are going to fail catching up to Falco. They're going to fail that, going under the thing. So when you go through again, you might catch Falco that time, but then you might fail going under the thing, the arches. And I just think it's such great level design. Really good. The only thing I will say in the original is the same. The only thing they kind of dropped the ball on is the difficulty of Titania. Is it me, or is that level actually quite hard? That's meant to be the easy route after Slippy gets hit by the robot. That level's fucking hard. I always struggled with that level as a kid. I only played it a few times actually, because I never really got, you know, hit. Slippy never got hit, so yeah, that level's pretty difficult. Area 6 is a blast. Venom 1 is amazing. I really like Andross's look in the remake as well. He's definitely more creepy in the 64 version, but I kind of like how they made him more angry and bitter in this game. He seems a bit more unstable, and I like that. He seems more creepy and like calm in the 64 version, whereas this one, it's like he's just angry. You can tell he just wants revenge in the Lilac system, like, you know, screw all of you. You know, I want to destroy everything. I really got that vibe from him. Whereas I feel like the N64 one was kind of more, what is he doing there? What is he planning? Why does he want to destroy stuff? You know, I was kind of interested. It wasn't, I didn't get that vibe. So I did like that change. I like the change to Bill as well. I do like his like, yeehaw, you did it, like his Californian kind of accent. But I also think it makes sense for the character as he is a captain and he's more serious. That's cool. And they changed the boss on the first Xbox expert level. Sector Y with it's like a samurai or something, which is pretty cool. So there's some really interesting changes that they made, only subtle, but enough to like, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that makes sense. You know, I think some of the voice acting could have been slightly more, a bit more to it, slightly less anime-y. Like, for example, like Andrew, the second I saw his character, I went, I bet he's going to sound like this, and he did. You know, every character sounded exactly how you'd think they sound. That's not inherently a bad thing, but it would have been nice to, I don't know, like Leon's voice, if it was more like, you know, a bit more out there, you know, I'm Leon or something. I don't know, a bit more, I guess not cartoony, but not everything has to be anime voice. Kind of like, the best example I can give of this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, part 8, is it part 7 or part 8 or whatever? Part 7. They released one, I'm going off topic right now, but it's a good example. Like, that's set in the Wild West and everything. I've read the manga, whatever, and, you know, I thought that they would have southern accents and be like, you know, especially the main character, like, hey, I'm a cool cowboy guy. But no, he just got standard American accent, and every character pretty much does. And it's like, oh, like, I don't know. I think we're almost going backwards, I think, with casting. Everyone just wants plain, standard American accent. Like, no, we got to get some more weird stuff out there. So I guess I missed the weirdness a little bit of the N64 version. But I also like the direction that they took. I just wish some of the voices weren't so generic to the character, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying that they're bad performances. I just wish there was a little bit more variety, because all the voices kind of sound quite similar. But I highly recommend playing Star Fox, especially if you haven't played it before. If you have played it before, you're going to love it, just like I have. Yeah, I just absolutely love it. I'm sure I'm going to keep playing it. I'm going to go play that multiplayer mode in a bit. Yeah, I'm really hyped and I'm excited for what Nintendo have next, and hopefully you guys are too, if you're a Star Fox fan. I think good things might be on the horizon, hopefully. That's my thoughts and opinions on Star Fox. I don't know if it was a bit scatterbrained. You know me, I'm not very, if you don't know me, yeah, I'm all over the place. And I'll see you guys I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day or evening. God, I really suck at this. I'm gonna go now.